First, by telling the truth, by facing facts. I recently read somewhere people talked about exchange of notes between the British High Commissioner, they call him Ambassador, and Ahijo.
My country people them. Today, na number 28 day for March 2024. And I want to respond to Justice Ayah Paul Abine outing on Equinox TV on the 17th of March 2024. When I listen,
Barrister Ayah Paul Abine, how can the sick nationhood of Cameroon today be healed? How can the bonds be brought together, be strengthened?
First, by telling the truth, by facing facts. I recently read somewhere people talked about exchange of notes between the British High Commissioner, they call him Ambassador, and Ahijo. And tell the truth. Let us face facts. The famous United Nations Resolution 15, 1606, parenthesis 15, of 21st April 1961, called on three governments, the UK, the Republic of Cameroon, and Southern Cameroons. Southern Cameroons are the government at that time, to come together and finalize the joining. That's the word they used, I think in capital letters, to finalize.
so the first thing first, Justice Ayah Paul talks say we need for be honest, truthful, and we need for face the facts. We need for tell the truth. So we go tell the truth. He quote Resolution 1608 as usual. Yes, but wait away, I don't do one before and say I don't read the whole text of Resolution 1608 for una. Wait away Anglophones them, and I wait this way when they talk about the conny where it flop for Anglophone and the belly, they do always ignore paragraph 4. They can't cling on paragraph 5. Because if we now look at paragraph 4 for Resolution 1608, it tells una about the decision where the United Nations it be taken, how the trusteeship agreement it could be terminated. So, if you want to talk about paragraph 5, you get to read the exact text as it was written by the United Nations. Paragraph 4 of Resolution 1608. That is the important part, because that is where the United Nations General Assembly decides. That's where they make a decision. Everything else where they don't talk before this point, now wait where they call and say the preamble. Okay, but for paragraph 4, that's when the United Nations General Assembly decides that the plebiscites having been taken separately with differing results, the trusteeship agreement of 13 December 1946 concerning the Cameroons under the United Kingdom administration shall be terminated in accordance with Article 76B of the United Nations Charter. The decision, it talks say, that agreement will be terminated in the following manner. 4B, it talks say, with respect to the Southern Cameroons, on the 1st of October 1961, upon joining the Republic of Cameroon, upon joining the Republic of Cameroon on the 1st of October 1961, the trusteeship agreement of 13 December 1946 concerning the Cameroons under UK administration shall be terminated. That is the important part of Resolution 1608. Now, the very last paragraph, paragraph 5, where Barrister Fru Johnson and Barrister Mbesa, they keep talking about. Listen, it's an invitation. It is not a decision, it is not a resolution. They don't resolve anything and they don't decide anything. They are inviting. It's an invitation. When they invite you for something, you get the option for go or not for go.
Lesson number one. Lesson number one. This video where country people do am. Now God sending me do the video. When I always say, oh, I want to, country people.
So, paragraph 5 say the United Nations General Assembly invites the administering authority, where in this case now the UK, and the government of Southern Cameroon and the Republic of Cameroon to initiate urgent, remember, urgent discussions. Urgent. Why they talk urgent? Because they don't put the date. 1st of October 1961. Remember, say they sit on the 21st of April 1961. From the 21st of April 1961 to the 1st of October 1961. How many months do we have?
You listen to the video. This video, it tells a lot of things.
Now, why that way the United Nations General Assembly, it tells them, say, you need to initiate urgent discussions with a view to finalize before the 1st of October the arrangements by which the agreed and declared policies of the parties concerned will be implemented. So, if we not choose for go get the urgent discussions, that one not a problem. If we not choose not forget the urgent discussions, that one not a problem. But remember that they don't tell us, say by the 1st of October 1961, the trusteeship agreement will be terminated upon the Southern Cameroons joining the Republic of Cameroon. So it is in your best interest for the administering authority, the government of the Southern Cameroons and the Republic of Cameroon, French Cameroon, for initiate urgent discussion. They write down for the urgent. For tell you say they be pressed with time. And now why that way they get the Fumban Constitutional Conference, they get another conference for Yaoundé, they get another conference for Bamenda, they get all of these meetings them with the British president, with the people them Jongo Foncha and President Amadou Ahidjo present, and all of those people them, in order for finalize or get any declared policies and agreements how the union it will work. And at the end of those discussions, they become up with the Fumban Constitutional Conference, where it produced the federal constitution. That is what they agreed on. John Go Foncha, he agree. If John Go Foncha no be agree for the federal constitution, why he be accept the terms of that Fumban Constitutional Conference and the Fumban and the federal constitution? Because at the end of the day, come the 1st of October 1961, John Go Foncha be take his position as the vice president of the Federal Republic of Cameroon. John Go Foncha be represent the British Southern Cameroons, their people, with the British as the people, the way they behold the sovereignty of the territory. So whatever the British they be decide, the British they be get the powers for enter into international negotiation and international treaties on behalf of the former Southern Cameroons, because now them be own the sovereign right over that territory. John Go Foncha be tasked, he be get the task, the responsibility for negotiate how the union it could be on behalf of the people then for the British Southern Cameroons. And John Go Foncha he go negotiate the position as the vice president and negotiate two positions for himself. He be been as the vice president of the Federal Republic of Cameroon, and he be still hang on to a position as the prime minister of West Cameroon.
Lesson number one, my country people talk about it. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong.
Remember, which way Justice Ayah Paul talk a bit different from which way the United Nations write up. Justice Ayah Paul they talk today so say finalizing the joining. There is no such thing in Resolution 1608. They say finalizing before the 1st of October 1961 the arrangements. They are finalizing arrangements. The question of joining is already decided. The former British Southern Cameroons will join the Republic of Cameroon on the 1st of October 1961. That is a decision. That is final. So now, paragraph 5, they just inviting these three parties them for can she don't arrange and agree policies on how the joining will happen. But the decision on the joining is concluded. However, when I go join now, it be dependent upon Wuna. When I go down now, and the talk say urgent discussions because this resolution be passed on the 21st of April 1961, and they don't already give a date which way the former British Southern Cameroons go join the Republic of Cameroon 1st of October. So now they get only a few short months for go finalize the arrangements. They are not finalizing the joining. They are finalizing the arrangements. Okay, the Fumban Constitutional Conference and the Federal Constitution was that finalizing of the arrangements and policies of joining. But the question of the joining was finalized in the decision in paragraph 4, where the United Nations talks say they respect the plebiscite result, and before the 1st of October 1961, when I go down, when I decide how when I go do the arrangements them for the joining for the policies them, but the decision of the joining is final. By the 1st of October 1961, when I go join, and the trusteeship agreement it could be terminated.
We thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
The day we admit that the decolonization of southern Cameroons ended inconclusively will be the beginning of the resolution of the present situation. Without that, we are just beating about the bush.
So wait the way Justice Ayah Paul Abinadi talk a bit disingenuous. In the first place, it talks that we need for be factual and truthful, and then it go on for deliberately mislead people them. So the question of whether we joined French Cameroon or not has been settled. End of discussion. The sovereignty of that territory was handed over to President Amadou Ahidjo through the exchange of notes, and that is the instrument by which the trusteeship agreement was terminated. Whether you like it or not, at the end of the day, now the United Nations write this document. At the end of the day, now the same United Nations, they recognize the territorial integrity of Cameroon, recognize the sovereignty of Cameroon, where it include the former British Southern Cameroons. Now, the same United Nations, it accept, say, the sovereignty of that former British Southern Cameroons, it be held by Yaoundé. Now, why that way? I don't show an example where it be adjudicated in the highest international court, the International Court of Justice, and they come to a decision, a ruling, and a conclusion. Say the sovereignty of that territory be held in Yaoundé. So how do you then go and argue that you were never a part of that territory or no, you don't ever join? You make a fool of yourself. Now, make una also understand say this so. Law it be subject to interpretation. So you get two lawyers them or 3 or 4 lawyers, they will read the same law, they interpret them in 2 or 3 different ways. Make I give an example with Bakassi Peninsula. Cameroon government under President Paul Biya, it be take Nigerian government, it go sue them at the International Court of Justice for settle the case for Bakassi Peninsula, for decide who own sovereignty over that peninsula. Now, Cameroon government present the evidence, the German-British agreement of 1913. Now, the Nigerian lawyers, they argue based on that same document, that agreement between Britain and Germany, they argue, say that document, it indicate, say the sovereignty of that territory belongs to Nigeria. That their own interpretation. The Cameroonian lawyers for our own side will look at exactly the same document and give our own interpretation, and at the conclusion say the sovereignty for Bakassi belongs with Cameroon. Now, after the two sides, they don't present their cases and their arguments, it be now up to the judges for the International Court of Justice for them take our interpretation, take Nigeria their own interpretation, and then themselves they sit, they look at the law, they look at the agreement, and then they come up with their own interpretation. And in the end, they come up with the conclusion, say they so, sovereignty for Bakassi lies with Cameroon. So make una understand, say, even thing where they write them down, it be subject to interpretation. So this could even be Justice Ayah Paul ye own interpretation. It doesn't make it factual. Where it be standard, where it be written, and where it be accepted by every member state of the United Nations, by the United Nations itself, by every other country where it be concerned, like Nigeria, it be accepted. Say it is so. That territory, it never ever exercised that territory, it never ever exercised sovereignty, and the former British Southern Cameroons, it don't be integrated into Cameroon, and the United Nations, it accept that, it recognize that, and now why that way they come up with that judgment for Bakassi Peninsula. Now why that way now President Paul Biya, it be signed for the Green Tree Agreement with President Olusegun Obasanjo. If una dey ask for union treaty, ask yourself, was there a union treaty between the former Northern Cameroons and Nigeria? And then you go see am say, it is so we the Anglophones then will be disingenuous. We know they talk the truth. While belly overflow with Connie. And now because of all of these lies, misinterpretation, fake news, propaganda, and misinformation, where a radicalized Anglophone youth is sent them for bush, they go carry chaka from Pride guns for nothing. Everything will be done, it will be done legally. It continue. Una listen.
Every day somebody says, we're returning to normal, situation returning to normalcy, and the next day, people are killed. Let us begin there and forge ahead.
Okay, my contributor, make us start with the last thing where Justice Ayah Paul talk am. It talks say every day people they talk say peace is returning back to the Anglophone zone, and then the next day people are killed. Yes, those two things can happen simultaneously. Peace and tranquility can be returning, and people still die at the same time. Those two things they not be mutually exclusive. Make I explain for una. The question we get to ask people then like this now say, one, who is being killed and who is killing them? Because in every society, people the day where they're supposed to die for prison because they don't deserve the same liberties the way we get them. In every country for this world, or some countries them, they get laws where they talk say they sentence you to death. So the question is, was the killing legal? Was the killing justified? Is the killing the kind of killing that we want to see? If the killing was not justified, then you also get to ask yourself, so now who did do the killing? Because as I talk to una today, when I know I don't publish, I'm say Akko Giant, the Amber terrorists for Akwaya, it be captured by the same Manu civilians them. They hand them over to the military. And also for Akwaya, they kumkumais about 10 Amber terrorists, they captured 12. All of these things, and for me, they were kumkumais Akko Giant as well, and all of them. I want those kind of people then for be kumkumais. Yes, I advocate for the kumkumization of all the Amber terrorists where they carry guns in our communities. They are posing a grave danger, an existential threat and danger to our people. Kidnapping for ransoms, rapes, and all of those kind of things. Those kind of people, they don't deserve for gain liberty. They don't even deserve for stay alive. So we advocate for those kind of ones and for being kumkumized. Just today, as I talk for my own native Momo, where I come out, when I see this funeral where they take place for this video, that one are Amber versus Amber. Amber killing Amber. So you could talk, say, people say normalcy is returning, but people are still dying. Like I ask, the question is, who is killing who? So when Amber terrorists, they go catch other Amber terrorists, kill them, it's good. We are supposed to celebrate and encourage that to happen. It is called poetic justice.
Kemende Henry.
Yes. Now we kill Kemende Henry. When they be killing the motorway, if they inside the boy then take him. Listen for me now. When they be killing the boy, the way they kill him and carry the motor go to the camp. La Republic later on attack that camp, recover that motor. All man know say na Ambazonian fighter then kill him. No be news. Unless na person wey he play for himself. International community where they get people for ground they know. People for ground zero they know. Now who will you hide and say no we kill him?
Like for example, even Capo Daniel don't tell una. Senator Kemende Henry for Bamenda. Now who kill he? Now the Ambazonian terrorists. That way they kill he, all we will sympathize. And then later on you can't find out say, if they work, they collaborate with the Amber terrorists. Now I feel good because now poetic justice. So if some person go find your own die, you feed the monster. That way the monster don't be big enough for devour and take away your life. Then that is justice. Now you create that justice for yourself. So what do you want me to say about it? So yes, even a broken clock, it will tell the right time twice in a day. It don't mean say that clock should be used to launch a missile to space because it don't tell the right time once or twice in a day. No, a broken clock is still broken. Ambassador terrorism has been defeated, and all they can do now is lash out, kidnapping for ransoms. You know, the terrorist and criminal activity where they go on, it don't negate the fact say they so. Peace and normalcy is returning to the Anglophone zone. The other question we get to ask this kind of people that say, looking at 2018 and comparing it with 2024, are we experiencing more people that die or now fewer people that die? Because that is how you judge progress. Okay, not just for talk say, okay, person don't die. So what? If to say for 2018 they be kill like 10 people there for Bamenda every single day, but now for 2024 they kill now like 5 or 6 people them every single month, that is a massive progress. It means that so that time they be kill like 300 people there for Bamenda in a month, but now they kill like 5 or 6 in a month. That is progress. That is normalcy returning. We not talk say normalcy don't already return. We say it is returning because it is a progress. It is a process. It happens gradually and steadily. Things that improve every single day. That's what we're saying. As we compromise the terrorists, them now so too we experience peace and normalcy and tranquility. So yes, peace and normalcy is returning, and yes, people are still being killed. But the question is, who is killing who? And are we killing the right people? If we are killing the right people, then fantastic. That is still part of the peace and normalcy returning.
When I was in politics, I said, faced with the present situation, let us come together, come up with a constitution that would be adopted by the two sides, and we rule the country in a 10-state federation. That document between the two parties, even in the absence of the United Kingdom, would be a document that will evidence the joining. As of now, let the President of the Republic or whosoever else refer us to any document saying that there was joining. The UN resolution never mentioned the British High Commissioner calling ambassador. It named 3 entities: the Republic of Cameroon, the United Kingdom, and the government of Southern Cameroons. Even in the absence of Britain, we can, as black people, Bantus, agree to be together on terms. State down the terms. If we don't agree, there's nothing wrong in being side by side as two contiguous countries.
Southern Cameroonians were asked if they want to become independent by joining La République du Cameroun at the time or by joining the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the plebiscite.
You see, that's the international fraud in the whole thing. How can you become independent by joining? That's you become independent by leaning on somebody else. That's where the whole thing, where the whole fraud began. But to answer your question, the plebiscite was a declaration of intent. We want to join, to achieve independence by joining. Declaration of intent. And the United Nations itself came out with a resolution, 1608, bracket 15, of April 21, 1961, saying that these 3 entities I've named a number of times here, the United Kingdom, the Republic of Cameroon, and the government of Southern Cameroons should come together and finalize. I've told you that word to the best of my memory. It's written in capital letters, to finalize. So long as that was not done, there's nothing final. There was nothing final about the joining or independence or whatever. I'm not saying it, I'm saying that's what the United Nations said should be done. And if anybody under the sun can show us today that is the document that the 3 entities met and agreed, these are the terms, if they bring us that document, all the killing today, everybody will tell those who are fighting that, look at, this is what was done by your forefathers, by your parents. What are you fighting for? everybody will tell them, no, you are wrong.
So you see, when Anglophones they talk, say the joining was inconclusive. Okay, fantastic. You believe that. That is like your opinion. But at the end of the day, the former British Southern Cameroons joined La République du Cameroun as far as the United Nations is concerned. They joined. So we get to now start from a legal framework of accepting the truth that we joined. And then now, if we want for talk, say, okay, we not be happy in the union, then that is a whole different argument. But we first of all get to start at the baseline understanding with the truth. We get to reckon with the reality and stability. We joined. We joined French Cameroon for form one territory. One. You get to understand that there is no two ways about it. The United Nations don't decide them with the Bakassi Peninsula case and other cases them. Now, why that way when I don't go for African nations, when I don't go for the United Nations, the EU, when I turn from Nijon Frundi to Pamolali Tumbe to even the Ayabacho them, Tapang Ivo, Kapo, all when I don't make all that noise come back for square one, can she don't begin look at each other? The reality is that that territory is one. You get to understand that that is the baseline. The joining happened, whether you like it or not. The trusteeship agreement was terminated, whether you like it or not. It happened. If you want to talk now, say, our forefathers were incompetent, the joining did not happen the way we envisaged, that is a whole different ball game. Can you go back and change it? The answer is absolutely not. It is not possible. There is no legal framework for you to be able to do that. Una fit carry check from Kradai guns, una kiki, una self suit till thy kingdom come. It no go change the fact. Say we joined. And that territory now, it be recognized. No, not only me at talk. For the Green Tree Agreement, where President Paul Biya signed up with President Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria, when I know who will witness that signature, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Kofi Annan, at that time, he was one of the most powerful people in the world. Now, Ghanaian man, come Ghana. President Olusegun Obasanjo, Nigeria. President Paul Biya, Cameroon. Literally three of the most powerful human beings on the African continent. Okay? Now, who also witnessed that signature? France, permanent member of the Security Council. Britain, permanent member of the Security Council. United States of America, permanent member of the Security Council. And Germany. Now the four witnesses, then that way they witnessed the signature for the Green Tree Agreement. When the United Nations it confirmed them in writing on paper in an international agreement between Cameroon and Nigeria, and the boundary right from Lake Chad all the way down to the Atlantic Ocean, it don't already be demarcated and be delimited. It is signed, sealed. Foundation stones they don't be laid by the United Nations. Say that is a part of Cameroon, ye territorial sovereign territory. So what are you going to do about it? Anything else where you start from, you get to start at that foundation, whether you like it or not. I mean, I'm here to talk now. Now, United Nations, it talk. You get to start at that, accepting the truth and the reality. We joined. And today we are one territory. Whether you know like him or you like him, that is the fact that you have to reckon with. If you want for them separate the territory, now you talk, say, you be secessionist, you be separatist. But for talk, say, you be restoring what? You make a fool of yourself. For talk, say, when I know we don't ever join, that is absolute stupidity. Then you get to answer the question, how was the trusteeship agreement terminated? Or do you claim to say there was the trusteeship agreement has never been terminated? Is that your policy point or your position that you want to adopt? Good luck with that. We'll see who will ever entertain your argument or listen to you or pay attention. Because all what they go do now, say they go pay you lip service. As you talk, they go, you they complain, they go stay, you turn blue in the face. All what they go to talk now, say, oh wow, they did that. You don't say. Oh wow, that is too bad. Oh no, we have to do something about that. Honestly, we have to do something about that. Oh no. Oh, do you? Yeah, really? They did that? Oh wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Now, wait that way white man could do it for you. It is called paying you lip service. It go just tell you what we believe say you want for here, and the minute where you come out for your office, it go throw away whatever you be bring up inside bin, and it go mind your business because you are making a fool of yourself. Whatever you are saying is not based on legal grounds. No other person, no fit ever defend that position in court. Because this particular case, as I tell you now, it don't be adjudicated at the United Nations itself, Bakassi Peninsula. And during the Bakassi case, the SCNC, they be petition, they be right, say they so no, that territory belong to Southern Cameroon, say no belong to Cameroon, or whatever nonsense they be right them. The first question they ask them, say, una they right as who? Are you a member of this club? Are you a member of the United Nations? Who are you writing as? You the right representing who? We don't understand what our position. Now say we belong to one Cameroon. That is how the United Nations sees it. No matter how me I see it. That's how the African Union sees it. We belong inside one Cameroon. And then from that baseline, if I want to argue anything else, when I feel continue to argue, that one continue concern now. But as long as we continue for the lie about whether Cameroon and the former British Southern Cameroon be joined or not be joined, we go remain for the get that argument, just like how we be the get that argument since 1984, talking to yourselves. And whenever when I go to the international community, people they only be interested at paying you lip service. They will continue for the pay you lip service until thy kingdom come. No one will ever do anything. And now why that way Tibonagi be tell una this?